Good afternoon, everybody. I am the Cynic. My most recent video, MGTOW, Endgame, and Apathy, has garnered a bit of attention and a criticism from MGTOW, who's made one response video to it and one follow-up. His arguments made against mine are aimed at the defeatist nature therein, though he does admit that it's the logical conclusion, which is the point I was trying to drive home. But there seems to be a misunderstanding about my views on helping your fellow men and becoming apathetic to life in general. When I said nihilistic or apathetic, it was always in the context of helping society or making the world a better place for men, treating the disease instead of the symptoms. Nico and many others advocate for treating the symptoms, knowing full well that they can't beat the disease. And that's fine. I have never advocated against helping other men. Hell, I've donated to the efforts of the mayor of MGTOW in his homeless outreach project. So don't misunderstand me when I speak about the futility of changing the system for complete apathy to the world. Though, looking over the video, I never addressed this point directly, so I suppose it's understandable to come to the conclusion that I'd be advocating for completely giving up on everything in general. If your prerogative is to assist men, if it gives you fulfillment and happiness to help them, then more power to you. As for me, I have little interest in doing so. I've done it because I was inspired to, but that's about it. It felt good for a few hours, but after that it went back to the statistical fact in the back of my mind that it always was. Too harsh? Sorry. I'm not here to blow smoke and sunshine up your ass with faux sympathy. I'm here to tell you the truth and get some feedback. In the comments section, I made an analogy that the issues men face are an avalanche, and that us fighting these issues actively was akin to fighting said avalanche with a snow shovel, in the context of doing something versus doing nothing. I saw the snow avalanche coming and was on the first plane to Hawaii. I'll send money to the homeless from there, but that's about it. Does it help my fellow men? Sure. But I'm under no delusion that I'm helping to fix the problems that men face. It's merely picking up a few pieces of snow off of the avalanche. Don't take this as backpedaling either. I stand by everything I did say, which was that society doesn't want to change, and that it deserves no help from MGTOW or our time or energy to try. I am, as I always have, advocating for men to use their time and energy for more pleasurable and enjoyable activities that they find accomplishment and fulfillment in for themselves. As evidenced in the video when I said, we've seen the futility and have other interests to pursue at 2 minutes and 11 seconds in. Will finding such happiness be easy? No. I stand by the hole left in men by the denied nature to procreate. But I more than believe it's possible. Now that that's out of the way, allow me to explain something about my thought process. I don't like wasting time tackling symptoms of a disease if I know said symptoms will just continue to come. I find it maddening to take one step forward only to be pushed 2 steps back. Small steps don't mean much to me when they are only followed by larger pushbacks. My interests in futile efforts only last as long as they are inspired by others. After that, pragmaticism kicks back in, and I'll decide on a logical level if farther participation is warranted. Typically, the answer is no. I've got my own interests to pursue, and hold no shame in being one of the few to admit that my care for the homeless men, outside of its statistical relevance, is limited to my inspiration from others. If I did care about homeless men on a deeper level, then I'd donate more heavily and spend my free time in soup kitchens, but I don't because I'm honest about my indifference and apathy. To feed one homeless man feels nice, but I know that tomorrow he'll either go hungry or have someone else feed him, or maybe he'll get a job and go about his merry way. Unless he impacts me or is brought to my attention, he is of honestly no concern to me. I'd say this is true for most MGTOW as well. Keep in mind, the word most was used because I know there are a few out there that do. Though, I'd be very much beside myself in laughter if I was told that 1/4 even of MGTOW were half as concerned about the homeless men besides in passing conversation and the occasional thought for an argument. Fact of it all is that most everyone is apathetic to the homeless men when they don't see it, when it doesn't impact us. I've got no problem admitting it. Many will in an attempt to gain the moral high ground claim to do so, but I'd be willing to bet that 4 out of every 5 of them haven't so much as visited a soup kitchen in the past 6 months. But I digress. The last thing to say here is that overall, the future of humanity doesn't equate to the future of the individual man going his own way. There seems to be this equation between apathy for all things and apathy for the social expectations and the future of the human race. A false equivalency, I'm afraid, since the future of men going their own way, of a man going his own way, is his own problem in his own life, as opposed to the future generations, which is not his problem. To conclude, if you wish to fight the coming avalanche because that's what gives you meaning and fulfillment, have at it. If you do so because you think it will make the world a better place, then I'd advise using your time more productively and to bring yourself more happiness. Some have called it defeatist and giving up. I call it understanding a lost cause for what it is, accepting it, and going on about your life with a greater sense of self-determination for self-enrichment. If you receive fulfillment out of helping homeless people, more power to you. It's a noble goal, but not one that every man has an inclination towards. But I will end the video with this. Put yourself first and foremost in your life, because in the end, the only person looking out for you is yourself. Give to others if you want to, not because you think you should. I am the Cynic, everybody. Have a nice day.